Well, hey, everybody! Okay, I'm sorry for that, everyone. I immediately regret my decision there. I don't know what I was thinking to introduce ourselves like that. I'm embarrassed. Well, anyways, we'll just keep on rolling. My
We
name.
could do it again. We could try again if you want. Do you want to try again?
I don't know, guys! Oh, see. Oh my god. I can't stop myself. Let's just.
You probably would just do the voice again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, take 52.
Okay.
Alright,
Let us
let's move
proceed
on.
amicably.
Okay,
We got
so
this.
this video, we are going to discuss and just take a look at the website. We haven't gone through it yet, so we're going to look through what we got here. It looks like they added all the other characters that were revealed in the cinematic trailer to the website. So now they have bios now as well as renders. Robin's looks kind of neat. He's such an older man now. He is not a little boy.
Yeah, they kind of took out all of the Crow elements out of his original model, which I really liked. I liked long hair Crow Damien a lot. I'm going to miss that, but I guess it is what it is. From
You
what I
and you
understand, this
both,
is
sir.
Django is a fan of the character. What Django wants, in my opinion, should go. I am not the true Robin fan here, but I liked the emo elements of Robin from
It's
Damien in the
interesting that
last
we're
game.
getting Robin instead of Nightwing. I mean, granted, we could still get Nightwing, but it's interesting that we're getting Robin. Robin.
Yeah, it's interesting we're getting Robin instead of Dick. I like if we got Robin, I would not have expected Damien.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at his bio here. We have Robin. I'm your only son, old man. You're old. Look at you.
Yeah, this dude's like 35.
I
He
know.
looks like Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis, huh?
Yeah, like a buffed out Rick Moranis. That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
I'm just going to continue reading the bio. Raised from birth by the League of Assassins. I am the League of Assassins. Damian Wayne
He
has.
was.
I mean, I got to do that right. I need like some echo here. I I am the League of Shadows. Okay. Damian Wayne has always
Nice.
struggled with Batman's non-lethal code of honor. Now in direct opposition with his father, Damian seeks a new Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Men- Damian has sought out whatever that guy's Motaro.
That'd be a
Mentor.
badass storyline. I'd be 100% behind that.
Damian seeks out new mentor in Superman, whom he considers to be more of a father than Batman ever was. What the
There was not a
hell?
period or a question mark
You
there.
you're a little jerk. You need to go to timeout, young man or old man, whatever you are.
Stop hanging out with minotaurs, damn it.
It's a bad idea. All right, well, I mean, let's just quickly comment. I mean, we've already kind of given our thoughts on the character, but his design looks good here. I like the render.
Yeah, I like the sort of like the minty green mixed with the more traditional like brick red. I
It's
think it
very
looks good.
Robin, yeah.
Was one of those rare instances where toning down the color actually pays off because it makes the gold logo look better.
Sure.
It makes the hood and the mask look better because traditionally the mask is the mask usually black and the costume's
I think
green,
so,
or
but
is
I
the
don't.
mask
I
always
mean, it's
green?
probably changed over the years. I don't know.
That's true, yeah. But I think this looks really good. It's really the only problem I have with just the face looks completely different. I don't like when they change faces, but
So
that's
you're okay that he's missing his legs?
no, I'm okay without the legs. Get
Okay,
a little Oracle action in there.
sure, sure. Um, yeah, sword looks good. All that looks good. It's very edgy. I mean, it's just a straight edge. Like that thing is like just
Yeah,
such a sword. I like the padded nature of the outfit. It doesn't really look overly armored, which is good. But yeah, it looks nice.
yeah, it's very reminiscent of MKX to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Like it reminds me a lot of Sub Zero's costume with little elements of Scorpion's vestment.
sure. All right.
We're gonna revisit that theme in a few seconds here, but next.
Let's move on to Brainiac, next on the list. Oh my god, he looks like Mr. Freeze from Batman and
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah, that is.
Get
He
to the
looked good in the
cooler.
gameplay. But yeah, that is not a flattering face for. Well, first of all, they made his neck look fat in the render. He's not. He's much more slender in the head region if you watch him in the gameplay pic. Um, yeah, like they thickened up his neck and they gave him sort of this like yeah facial expression. So I don't. Like I said, not terribly flattering. Not generally not a great picture of him. But we know he looks good in game, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, that's a rough picture.
Yeah, I like the colors though.
Oh yeah.
The very pale green with the kind of pinkish purplish going on there. Very cybertech stuff going on there. Futuristic, you could
Just a
say.
lot of detail, a lot of like segmenting and grooving on his chest.
Moving and grooving.
Oh yeah.
He does that. He's known for it.
Well, I hope so, because I don't know shit about Brainiac. I don't know anything about this character.
Anything. Such folly and futility in the grand design is what his little phrase is here. Why don't you read the bio while I go take care of something?
I will absolutely do that. Brainiac is a megalomaniac. Well, it's an adjective. Is a megalomaniac. Fuck.
You'll get
Brainiac
it.
is a
I'm still here, unfortunately. I
megalomaniacal
should probably leave
genius
just for your own benefit. I'll be right back.
who roams the universe collecting knowledge to increase his intellectual and scientific prowess. Obsessed with establishing his superiority, Brainiac captured Krypton's greatest cities, then eradicated what remained, or so he thought. Tales of the last son of Krypton have reached far into the stars. Now the Collector of Worlds comes to Earth to finish his accumulation of Krypton and discovers a new world worthy of his collection. Not sure if Cyborg's back yet, but just to comment on that, I'm told there's Razor was talking about this. Razor was saying there was alternate storylines for Brainiac, and one of them was tied to the destruction of Krypton, and that's the only origin of Superman I've ever been familiar with outside of the films. So, um, yeah, that's. I hope they stick with that. I like the idea of Brainiac, even if the idea is all I know from the character. Um, if I don't know much about the character, the big selling point is going to be the design. And so far, I guess I like the design. I think it's good. Um, I don't,
Pretty good.
yeah, pretty good. I don't really have anything to compare it to, though. I mean, I don't really have an expectation for what Brainiac should look like.
Oh God! Oh.
I can't tell if you're coughing or falling.
Zatanna was licking my face. Unfortunately, my dog.
Yes, unfortunately. One can dream. One can dream.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think he looks good. I wish I had more to say. I think he looks better in game. This Injustice 2 is so weird, where the characters look worse when they put them in renders. I don't know why this game does that, but what do you think?
I like them, but yeah, this render's a little odd. I think it's because the renders look. They try and make them look almost photorealistic. They try and go as real as possible with the way they look. Just like the faces and everything, they're trying to make it look like an actual real person, which can be good or bad, just depending on how it turns out. In the case of these renders, yeah, they look real, but I don't necessarily know if I want to see real people in games like that. I kind of edge towards the more comic booky, spritey look that Street Fighter and those do. But I mean, this is what we have for Injustice, so. But yeah, I think in game that becomes less apparent. Like the realness becomes less apparent. They look more like models, so they look a little bit smoother in motion. But yeah, no, I agree with you. They look a little odd here. Especially Brainiac. I think we just need to move on from Brainiac.
Yeah, let's hit the next one.
Let's go on to hopefully brighter pastures with Poison Ivy. All right, yeah, I dig her face a lot. She looks good. Damn. I love this look.
I'm middle of the road.
Wow.
Yep.
This could be a main right here. Just model by itself could be a main. This is good. I like this. I like the leaves. I think that's really cool. And I'm sure she'll have plenty of attires through her gear system. I'm sure she'll have like classic outfits, new 52 outfits, all that sort of goodness. But in terms of just like at its core, I really like this direction. I like the leaves as like a necklace sash, kind of going over her neck there, going from the breast down, like in like a bikini fashion. The leaves look really cool. The different colored leaves are interesting. The vines on her growing, but more than anything, more than the attire, I really like her face and like the hair and everything and how it's done, the makeup, the little bit of eyeshadow, the green. I love the pale skin. I'm not a big fan of green skinned Ivy. I know you're not
Yeah,
either.
same. I really don't like green skin
Yeah,
ivy.
I
This looks like a compromise
yeah, this
between
is
the
a
two.
nice compromise. It's that kind of pale as a slight tinge of green just to so you know it's there. But overall you it still looks humanish. It just looks like it's almost like powdered a bit, like powdered makeup. Um, but yeah, I can't tell if her hair's short or if it's just going back behind
Down
her.
her back, yeah. I
It's
was wondering that same thing. The hair is actually one of my biggest problems with it. I
oh
don't think it
man, I
looks
like
bad.
it. It's almost like not because she's a redhead, but if you take the face, you take the hair, say it was short, it almost has like a Molly Ringwald kind of look to it,
Yeah,
like a little bit of
I
a
see where
vibe
you're
to it.
going.
Now, I'm sure it continues down the back, like full on ponytail going down the back in like kind of like a nice royal fashion, which I'm fine with that too.
If
And
it is, that's going to make it a lot better for me. Because right now it looks like she's wearing a wig, but I have to
mm,
be careful here because all the in-game designs have looked better so far, and I don't think she's going to be an exception.
oh my god, I
So
cannot wait.
I have a feeling I'm going to ultimately like this a lot. But right
Please,
now,
please have good gameplay. Like I am really liking. I would love to just stare at this character the entire time while I'm playing. This is good.
it's just, I mean, I don't necessarily care for the plant One Piece. I'm a big fan of the animated series design of Poison Ivy. I really like that design a lot.
And that's kind of what
Um,
this is. It's the same outfit. It's just made of leaves rather than cloth.
but I guess you and I have different associations because when I look at her leaf neck, like her leaf choker,
Sure.
I think like cabbage. Like it seems unstable to me. It looks like it's about to fall apart.
That's what you're hoping for. That's why it's good. It's like just a light breeze could just take those things right off.
You know, one of my favorite appearances from Poison Ivy is in the Justice League cartoon when they go to a parallel universe in the multiverse,
Yeah.
and they basically discover injustice. They basically find out that Superman finally made a moral decision to kill Lex Luthor, and now it's this whole. They're basically a tyrant state. It's a complete oppressive society, and all the Justice League are holding everyone back. So they visit like the headquarters, and it pretty much lobotomized all the villains. So Poison Ivy is the official gardener, and it just she looks hilarious. I love it. It's one of my favorite Justice League episodes. But I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it. But there is a nice little twist with things I'm not going to spoil. Anyway, yeah,
That's
it
right.
doesn't look bad. I think they try to please everyone, and I generally think if you can, that is the way to go. Sometimes that's the worst thing you could do because then you end up pleasing nobody.
Sure.
But they gave me what I wanted, which is a normal looking face. I hate Arkham Asylum Poison Ivy. I think she looks awful in that game. Um, I also thought that boss fight was really weird. Let me see if I can get a picture of her real quick. But this is good. Like, this doesn't bother me. There's just little things I'm nitpicking. It's not horrible, though. Not by any means.
And granted, with the gear system, you're going to see a ton of variety there. So
Oh, yeah.
even if it's like, as long as you like the face, the skin, and to some point the hair, that's the only things that'll probably remain somewhat similar going from. I mean, I'm sure they'll have variations on those as well. But yeah, moving from attire to attire, I'm sure she'll have quite a few options, some that aren't leaves and stuff like that, I'm sure.
I
So,
will say this. I didn't expect her to look like this. I thought something a little closer to the may I say it, the Uma Thurman poison ivy is probably closer to what I expected, which did not look bad. I mean, maybe it's been too many years. Let me
I
Google
don't
it
know what I
first.
expected. I just know that she looks way more elegant and beautiful than I would have expected. And that's a good thing. That's what she should. She is a seductress. She that she needs to look beautiful out of all characters.
Okay, Poison Ivy and Batman and Robin look like shit. I take everything back. I don't know why she has cones on her head, but
No,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
no,
awful.
that
So the hair is what I'm talking about. The hair works for me,
sure.
but except for the cones,
Either
the hair
way,
cones don't work. Yes.
this looks good. I like it. I'm very satisfied with this. I'm just hoping, please, have the gameplay that fits because man, if she has a gameplay that I do not jive with, I don't know if I can force myself to. But there's other characters on the board, so it's not like I have to main Poison Ivy or anything. I don't have my all my eggs in that basket, so to speak.
I'd be disappointed if you did main Poison Ivy. I really want to see you tackle Dr. Fate. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be the complicated character you think he's going to be. I really want to see you go all the way with Fate.
But Poison Ivy, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But Poison Ivy, though. I like Ivy. I'll tell you right now, of the leak list, yeah, it's Dr. Fate and Poison Ivy in terms of the two characters I would be most apt to play. And if it goes anything like Kenshi and Katana, I think you have your answer. But no, I don't expect Poison Ivy to be very like quick and agile and elegant flipping through the air. I really don't know what to expect from her, so that's why I'm so like I have an idea of how Fate could play. I have no clue how Poison Ivy could play other than like general specials that she could have. But in terms of speed and movement and how she operates, not a clue. So
I'm thinking Glacius. That's honestly what I'm picturing when I think Poison Ivy.
I have the most yeah, I she's the one that I'm really excited for, but I feel like I have the most to fall back from because she could easily be something that I do not like or enjoy in terms of gameplay wise that I feel is comfortable with the style that I want to play. Either way, let's read. We got I have no more friends. All I have is the green. Dr. Pamela Isley was once an innovative, radical botanical biochemist with a singular goal: make the world safe for plant life to flourish. She joins the society to further their common interest in bringing mankind to its knees. But at heart, Ivy's desire is to ensure that in any new world order, flora dominates fauna. So Superman's
Really?
side is
Yes.
Superman's no, the society was Grodd's. That's the
Oh,
third
I don't
tier.
know.
Yeah, it's society is what Grodd's team is called. It says in his bio.
Gotcha. I actually haven't read Zod or
Grodd.
Gorilla Zod. Fuck. I haven't read
Grodd
Gorilla
has his
Grodd's
own
bio.
yeah, Grodd has his own like villain faction. So that makes sense, I guess. I was kind of secretly hoping she would side with Batman just because of, the whole Arkham Knight. Anytime they come together and work together is always interesting to me. Same with Batman and most of his rogues gallery. Whenever they can set aside their differences for the
I'm
greater.
guessing that I'm guessing that I'm wrong, and that Swamp Thing is going to be his own character. He is not going to be a costume after all, because I have a
BRB.
feeling he's going to be. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll keep talking. Yeah, Swamp Thing. I feel like is going to be a story contrast to Poison Ivy. I really think probably more than anything else, she. I don't know. I feel like those two are going to make a really good story couple. Like, that wasn't phrased right. They're going to have a nice story dynamic once they're on the story mode together. I feel like Swamp Thing may go with Batman. Poison Ivy's going to go with the Society. That's going to be very interesting to me to see how that goes.
All right.
You missed it. I said so many interesting things about Swamp Thing and Ivy. It was so
Okay.
deep.
I just had this muted so it doesn't come across on the video, but you heard everything that I had to deal with.
I heard it was like Beaker. I couldn't really understand it.
Beacon. Okay,
Pretty
anyways.
much, yeah.
So yes, we talked probably enough about Ivy, and I will go back and watch the video to get your other thoughts on Swamp Thing and Poison Ivy. But
just
I'm
think
interested in I'm hoping Swamp Thing makes the roster, if for anything, because Swamp Thing will become the big brute, which means Ivy, just to make her feel as different as possible, will be that more quicker, agile character. So I hope that is the case.
Yeah, I mean, Swamp Thing screams grappler to me. That's
Yeah.
what I picture with him. But I guess just in a nutshell, I feel like they're going to do like the Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, or I guess going the X-Men route. They're going to do like the Magneto Xavier thing with Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing. I feel like they may go that direction.
Yeah, where Swamp Thing is on the side of good and he just wants peace, whereas society wants peace in mankind as well, but they want to do it by brute force. So yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
she'll be the Malcolm X to his Martin Luther King. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. I'm I'm okay. I mean, I like her as a villain. I just kind of was hoping for her to be more anti-hero, but we'll see how it goes.
Well,
So,
that's the direction they're going with her. I have not played Arkham Knight, but my understanding is she's more gray in modern comics and gaming. That's my
yeah.
understanding.
I mean, she's always been kind of like that to a degree. She's not I mean, she has her own motivations and her own motives, but she has been known to do some neutrally things rather than just pure evil all the time. She's not just slaughtering millions at her disposal. She's kind of has her own little agenda going on. But yeah, if there was shades of gray, she'd definitely be a dark gray, but she definitely wouldn't be full on black, so to speak. But yeah,
Okay.
let's move on to Bane. I'll let you go ahead and tackle this spy. Whoa, he looks interesting.
I know, right? He looks like
Holy
an MK
crap.
Ninja. Yeah.
I did not expect that mask, but he looks good. I like
Yeah, no,
the
I think it looks fantastic.
I like the
Yeah.
garb. I like the full on like SWAT vest he's got going on, like a I'm not sure what they call that. I forget the name of that kind of jacket. It's almost like tactical in a
It's
way.
like a motorcycle jacket almost.
Sure. Well, yeah, go ahead, go
Yeah.
for it. This is your
Well,
guy. This is a guy that you might be playing here.
yeah, this is Oki Grapples. I'm excited. I would say he looks slender, like surprisingly slender. He has almost like a Mortal Kombat reptile vibe almost with that mask.
Yeah,
Um, I think out of all the characters, this guy's going to benefit the most from the gear. Do you want Nightfall Bane? You can make Nightfall Bane.
right. Absolutely.
Yeah, so and I mean, do you want shirtless Bane? Do you want wrestler Bane? Do you want luchador Bane? You can make any Bane you want, but I'm okay with this. This looks
It
tight.
looks good for a base for sure. I mean, if this is the absolute like lowest he goes, other than maybe like a shirtless variant, of course, I like this. This barely any armor. It covers up all the things that you had issues with. You didn't like just shirtlessness, didn't you?
I don't like tubes coming out of the body. It grosses me
And
out. So
this
this is
covers
a
it. So
very
yeah,
happy way to fix
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like even poison ivy, that kind of bothers me a bit because I see the vines going up her midriff. I just want to peel that shit off because
Yeah.
there's nothing clearly holding it there. So I just want to like peel it back. Like
You peel those vines.
it's just it bothers me. It's like, is it stuck in her skin? Is there gonna be like a mark if I pull it? Oh god, that stuff
Just
freaks me out.
stop. Now you're ruining it. Just let's
It's
focus on
weird,
Bane
dude.
here. Bane's upset. Look at him. He's mean mugging us right now.
Do you want to tackle this bio, or do you want me to tackle this bio?
You got the bio. We've been trading off. You got it.
Let's do it. Hate is the perennial motivator. Yeah, but I can see some truth in that. After Superman's defeat, Bane was betrayed by the regime and
You tried.
relentlessly pursued by Batman. Having already spent most of his life in prison, he is determined to take revenge against his former regime masters and turn Gotham into a city where his rule is law. Yeah. Until Dark Knight Rises, I never really thought as Bane as having leadership material, and I still don't. Dark Knight Rises Bane is a very unique Bane. I don't consider that the same. Same thing with the Joker. I don't consider Dark Knight Joker the same as traditional comic Jokers. They're very different entities, in my opinion.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know much about Bane in the comics. So it'll be interesting when we get to Injustice, when we see Bane's material to see how they portray him. But I'm excited. Yeah, I firmly intend to learn this character, and hopefully I don't have to learn too much because I already know how to play him in Injustice. So hopefully all that translates over.
I kind of like this. I like this bio here. So he helped Superman, but after Superman's defeat, Bane was betrayed by the regime because the regime is Superman, correct?
Yes.
That would make sense. So he helps Superman out. Bane gets betrayed by the regime. Batman's pursuing him, obviously for helping Superman. And now he's out to take revenge against his former regime friends. So he's still being pursued by the good people, but now he's out against out to get revenge on the bad people or regime, whatever. Obviously not bad, but it's all shades of gray and to a degree. But yeah, I like that because now he's
He's
kind
his
of
own
like
faction.
he's alone. Maybe he joins the society. We don't know. I mean, I think that would be an easy fit. Him with Grodd and Ivy and stuff like that would make sense. But right now, as far as we know, he's a lone wolf, and I think that's really cool.
I'm glad he's back for that reason because one of the biggest complaints people had with the Injustice game was a lot of the bad guys were reduced to grunts, and they just didn't have anything to do. It's like, what was the point of putting Killer Frost in that game? She had
Yep.
so little to do, and Bane was in that category as well, in my opinion. Doomsday was in that category, which you should never do that to Doomsday. It's too important, in my opinion. Um, so I don't know. That's very interesting to me. I'm happy to see him back. Does he look more slender to you?
Yeah,
Do you
no,
think he'll
definitely
be this
down the
slender in the game?
midsection. Yeah, just overall, like chest wise, midsection, but it's hard to tell unless we see him against another person.
Yeah,
I mean, he
that's
can be
true.
50 foot tall. We don't really know based on this without some
Well,
scale reference.
here's a theory. Do you think maybe he looks more slender because they're going to emphasize the venom effects when you use his trait?
Maybe. So yeah, like at his base, he's a little bit smaller, and then when you use the venom, he actually grows in size. So
Yes.
he goes from like a Shao Kahn to or like a Kotal Khan to
Like a
like
Ferritor.
a Tor. Yeah, not Farah and Tor, but a Tor.
A
They are
smaller
not
a
one
Ferritor with a
person.
mask could be tight.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah, I mean that was really missing from the last game. Because in the one problem I had with Bane in the first Injustice is when you used his trait, if you were not paying attention, you can kind of lose sight of when the effects were off. And from a gameplay perspective, that's very important.
I think they
So it'd
could
be
pull it
cool for
off.
both players. What's
Yeah.
that?
I think they could pull it off. I mean, they've come far from then to get more and more variety in their gameplay. So I think I definitely could see something like that. The only thing is they're going to have to adjust hitboxes and stuff like that on the fly. But I hope they could pull it off. That would make Bane an even more interesting character to play and see played.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I think from a gameplay perspective, it would be so nice to have that visual cue for both players. Like sometimes the other player doesn't know when to go in because they don't realize the venom's worn off. So
Sure.
I'm glad they. I can't say I'm glad they fixed that shit because I honestly don't know yet, but that would be interesting to me.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm in complete agreement. Is that everyone? Did we cover everyone?
That is everyone, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they just added the four from cinematic trailer. No Black Canary yet, but yeah, so that's cool. I'm digging it. Definitely Poison Ivy and Bane stick out the most to me out of those four.
It is kind of melancholy that they had to reveal Poison Ivy like this. I still would have preferred a trailer, but I um I want to stay positive, so because
Sure.
I like NetherRealm. I really do like these guys and respect these
Oh my
guys. I
god,
don't
that
want to be a bitch
face.
all the time. So
That
yeah, the
face.
face looks good.
Damn, that face.
She just looks kind of bald to me.
No, she's
The
not.
wig is about to fall off any
What if
moment.
it is a wig? So what?
That's true. Yeah, no, it's
You're like judging people that lose their hair because of cancer and stuff. What are you
okay.
getting?
Let's hit the brakes, sir.
You're gonna pump the brakes. I'm gonna stop you right there. Just start accusing you and putting accusations in your mouth. Anyways, no, she looks good. Wig or no wig, I think hell with a face like that, she would look. I think could pull off being bald. It's like the Charlize Theron effect, or the 11 from Stranger Things. If you have the right facial structure, you can pull it off well.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, I think she looks good. Bane looks definitely badass. So I'm excited for both of them. I think what Bane looks like is so refreshing compared to what he could have just looked like. Just the luchador mask with the the singlet or no singlet. Like I prefer this a lot.
I think they knew they had to do something crazy with Bane. I think they thought like we can't do vanilla Bane again. If we're gonna bring him back, and for whatever reason they wanted to bring him back, they knew they had to kind of hit the reset button and do something really fresh, and they
Sure.
did. And they did it well. They did it very well.
All right, guys. Well, that covers the character bios that have been added to the website. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and this little discussion on the four characters. I can't wait to see some Poison Ivy gameplay. I'm sure Temp is looking forward to both Ivy's gameplay and Bane's gameplay. So with that said, we'll wrap this video up. Got ourselves another cast at some point and later tonight. And more comic book episodes. So if you haven't checked out the Injustice comic review, definitely go check that out because we're doing that every single day leading up to Injustice 2's comics release. So we're covering the entire Injustice 1 series. So definitely check that out, guys. On that note, like, subscribe, have fun. You guys have a great one, and hopefully we can all get some beta codes.
Definitely. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, later, everybody.